powered by Riverside FM.
Welcome to the ride. That's right, it's the A Train Sports Talk Video Podcast. And I know, it has been a long time. But can I share something with you? This basketball season has been going fast and furious. Very fast and furious. Games have been happening so fast, I can't even keep up with them. But I have been trying to keep up with what's going on, and I have gotten out and I have enjoyed a few games, both on the boys' side and the girls' side. I've had the opportunity to see Cape and Mount Carmel, coached by Steve Eck, legendary coach. I mean, since I've known the name Steve Eck, he's a coach who has won at every stop and at every level. From junior high days, I'm going to mention the name Jardine Junior High because that school is no longer operating. His time at South High, he was an assistant at UMKC, was in line to get the job, and I still would like to know, besides the name Norm Stewart, what he had to do with him not getting that job. In my estimation, he also should have been a coach at Wichita State. Yes, I'm putting that out there. He went on ahead and made his mark at the junior college level, won national titles, and in a full circle moment, back at the high school level, and all he has done has won. Not only has he won, even with this current season undefeated, coming off of a 5A state title from last year, the man could just flat out coach. His teams are fundamentally sound. It would have to take someone who coaches on this level to knock off any team that he coaches. It's the Steve Eck effect. Not only that, I also had the chance to see Zoe Franklin Buckner as they took on East this past Friday. And before I get into her, I want to say East High School. I've kind of kept my eye on that program since about 2 years ago when I seen them play in a sub-state at Derby. And what has stuck out in my mind about the East High Girls program, they are relentless. They don't give up. Let me bring you back. 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years ago, if the scoreboard had read all zeros, you would have thought that the game was nip and tuck because there were some moments of chippiness where the referee had to call the coaches together to tell the coaches, hey, tell your players to calm down. East High Girls, even though the score was lopsided, were still fighting. We move fast forward to this year. They're one of the top teams in the City League. They're at least within the top five. Now, they got knocked off by Capon this past Friday night. But their game plan was simple. Slow down Zoe Franklin Buckner. And they did it with double team, triple teams. But what was nice to see about Capon, Zoe was able to find the help, find the open person. They stepped up. They knocked down key buckets. I was at that game. Halftime score was like 26-21. Capon came out, ended up winning the game 56-46. What I will say is this. If Capon keeps up what they did against East this past Friday, look out. They will make a deep run come postseason. Now, I had a chance to run into Zoe after the game, and I told her I was looking for that 30 piece because she's averaging nearly 30 points a game. And the fact that she had, 4, maybe 6 points at halftime, it's a testament to East High's defense that they were playing on her. And she said she normally starts off slow. And I think she ended up with like 16, 18 points. I do remember that Capon had 2 players in double figures, which meant that Zoe was able to find the open person. They were able to knock down key shots when they needed them. So if Capon keeps that up, they could make a deep run come state tournament time. East High, likewise, they're relentless. They play defense. They play team defense. And they are a team that will exploit your weakness. So East High won't be no easy out for anybody. They're winning, and they look like they are having fun playing the game of basketball. But this has been a build-up to what I've seen from 2 years ago. What I'm going to do today, though, is I'm going to look at, as you see, it's called High School Hoops. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go way outside the state of Kansas. It just so happens there are some people that I'm following outside the state, some who have been on my podcast, on the live stream. And there's a school called Albuquerque Academy. And I know some of you are here in the state of Kansas. Why is he talking about Albuquerque as in New Mexico? Yes, as in Albuquerque, New Mexico, because they are led by a player by the name of Harper Dunn. And some of you here in the state of Kansas, especially with MoCan, are familiar with her. 6'5", 6'6". I also believe that she is on Wichita State's radar. Which I believe that would be a good pickup. But right now, Albuquerque Academy is led by Harper Dunn, who's averaging 15.1 points a game, shooting 48% from the field. She's averaging 10.4 rebounds. Their assist leader is Lily Skarsgård, who's averaging 4.4 assists per game. Your steals leader is Addie Spratley at 3.4 steals per game. Harper Dunn herself is averaging 4.2 blocks a game. As a team, their record right now is 19-4, and they are 5-0 in district play. So I want to send a shout out to Harper Dunn and her team and want to wish them nothing but the best. As a matter of fact, I believe I might have some news on them. Actually, this is a preview from their game that was coming up this past Friday, so we're not going to do any previews unless they are current. But I want to just send some shout out to one Harper Dunn. I also want to journey down to the state of Oklahoma, in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, to be exact. And yes, I am going to say I'm going to be kind of biased. Had a chance to see this young lady this past year in Andover at the I-35 showcase. And little as it be known, we're actually related. Do we know each other like that? No, we don't, but we are related. You have to understand the family history. On my dad's side of the family, we're not going to get in that, but trust me when I tell you that we are related, we are related. So this team is in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, and it's actually Sapulpa High School. They have a record right now of 15-4, and they are 7-1 in district play. And they are led in scoring by Ricky McQuarters at 17.9 points a game. She's shooting 55% from the field. She's averaging 9.2 rebounds per game. She's also averaging 3.4 steals per game, a half a block shot per game. Now, their free throw leader is Lou Cheney, who's shooting at 63% from the field. And I know they had a game this past Friday. And we're going to take a look at how things panned out for them as they extend their winning streak to 5 games, as Sapulpa waltzed into their contest on Friday with 4 straight wins, but they left with 5. They blew past the Norman Tigers 59-38. The final result isn't all that surprising considering the Chieftains' considerable advantage in Max Prep's Oklahoma basketball rankings. They're ranked 37th, while the Tigers are ranked 213th. Sapulpa's victory bumped their record to 15-4. As for Norman, they have traveled a rocky road, recently having lost 7 of their last 8 games. That's put a noticeable dent in their 6-14 record. Both squads will have to hit the road in their upcoming matchups. Sapulpa will head out to square off against Deer Creek at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. As for Norman, they will venture away from home to face off against Grant at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. So we want to say hats off to Sapulpa High School. And what I'm going to do, I am going to stay in the state of Oklahoma. And why am I doing that? Because there were some other young ladies who also was on my show who are affiliated with Junkyard Dog Basketball Club, JYD Basketball Club, which is the AAU team out of Oklahoma. Had these young ladies on my show as well, too. And I just want to pay some respects to them. We're going to go first to Pawhuska, Oklahoma. I know some of you are like, wow, some places I've never heard of. And Pawhuska right now, they're coming in with a 17-4 record, 1-1 in district. They are led by one of my guests, Brooklyn Miles, who is a point guard, shooting guard, and a small forward, averaging 23 points a game. She's also shooting 47% from the field. She's averaging 11.6 rebounds a game, 5.5 assists per game, 6.4 steals per game, 2.4 blocks per game. shooting 72% from the free throw line, 29% from the three-point line. So it would appear as if Brooklyn Miles is the what you would call Swiss Army knife, do everything. As for their recap, unfortunately, their last game out, they took a loss against the Newkirk Tigers. Pawhuska has been a dominant force so far, but they're in the middle of a mini slump at the moment. They fell 51-44 to the Newkirk Tigers on Friday. The Huskies were not able to repeat the success they had when they faced the Tigers earlier this season when they won 44-42. Despite the loss, Pawhuska still got an impressive performance from Brooklyn Miles, who dropped a double-double with 35 points and 13 boards. Miles has been hot, having posted 9 or more rebounds the last 5 times she's played. Another player making a difference was Emily Curry, who posted 9 points along with 6 boards and 3 steals. Pawhuska's loss dropped their record down to 17-4. As for Newkirk, they're on a roll lately. They've won 10 of their last 12 games. That's provided a nice bump to their 16-5 record this season. Pawhuska will venture away from home to square off against Grove at 6 p.m. on Friday. As for Newkirk, they will welcome Frontier at 6:30 p.m. on Monday. So there's going to be some basketball played in the state of Oklahoma as of today. And we have one more stop we need to make in the great state of Oklahoma. As this time we're going to go to Pryor, Oklahoma. Right now, their record is standing at 10-7. They are 3-6 in the district. And one of the players on this team was also featured on my podcast by the name of Anna Raymond. And as of right now, we have no stats on her as to how she's doing this season. But I'm pretty sure we can come up with a recap. As Pryor comes up short, as they drop to 10-6 on, I believe this would have been last Tuesday, ending the team's 3-game streak of wins. They were dealt a 69-42 loss at the hands of the Glenpool Warriors. For those keeping track at home, that's the biggest defeat the Tigers have suffered since December 21st, 2024. As for Glenpool, the victory, which was their 5th in a row, raised their record to 16-4. They have made a habit of sweeping their opponents off the court, having now won 12 games by 21 points or more this season. Tyra McKinney continued her habit of posting crazy stat lines, dropping a double-double with 35 points and 21 boards. The matchup was her 4th in a row with at least 21 points. The team also got some help courtesy of Yaya Gibson, who posted 19 points and 5 assists. Pryor has already played their next contest, a 49-30 loss against Tahlequah on the 6th. As for Glenpool, they also didn't take long to hit the road again. They've already played their next game, a 70-34 win against Claremore on the 6th. So there is a recap on what has happened with Pryor. Now, what I want to do with the little bit of time that I do have, I want to turn my attention to the state of Kansas. As we take a look at Cape and Mount Carmel. I talked about them briefly. Now we're going to take a look back. Right now, they are standing with a 13-5 record on the heels of a victory that they picked up over East High this past Friday. 8-3 in the district, which is good for third in the Greater Wichita Athletic League. They are, of course, led in scoring by Zoe Buckner Franklin with 27.2 points a game. She's also shooting from the field at a 51% clip. She's averaging 3.3 rebounds per game. Now, this I have to say, in most cases, Zoe is probably one of the shortest players on the court from the viewpoint I was at this past Friday. To me, this 3.3 rebounds per game is kind of misleading because I've seen her in the paint going up for a lot of rebounds and coming down with quite a few. So I would say that this 3.3 is a little bit misleading. I think she may average a little bit more than that. But who am I? That was just one game of sample size. But she is very relentless. She just doesn't camp outside and jack up three. She has a motor that likes to drive to the paint. She's not fearless. She is a fearless competitor. She's not afraid to go in and mix it up. In other words, she doesn't just play a pretty game. She will get dirty, diving for loose balls, going for rebounds. She's also averaging 2.1 steals per game. Oh, that's 2.1 assists per game. McCoy Feister is averaging 1.5 steals per game. And she's also averaging 0.3 blocks per game. From the free throw line, Zoe is 80% from the free throw line. Evie Romer is averaging 46% from three-point line. And yes, there were some critical threes that they knocked down this past Friday to get them back in the game and eventually win the game against East High. So let's see if we can take a look back, because Cape and Mount Carmel continued their home dominance on Friday, as Capon has won 7 straight at home. But on Friday, they bumped up to 13-5 to make it 8. They walked away with a 56-46 victory over the East Aces. 56 seems to be a good number for the Crusaders, as the team scooped up a win with the same number of points in their previous game. Cape and Mount Carmel's victory was a true team effort, with many players turning in solid performances. Perhaps the best among them was Zoe Buckner Franklin, who posted 18 points. Buckner Franklin is on a roll when it comes to points, as she's now scored 18 or more in each of the last 13 games. Evie Romer was another key player, putting up 14 points. As for East, their loss ended a 3-game streak of away wins and brought them to 14-4. The game marked their lowest scoring contest so far this season. Maya Repress and Jada Davis certainly did their best on Friday to avoid the loss. Repress dropped a double-double with 12 points, 13 rebounds, while Davis had 13 points and 6 boards. The team also got some help courtesy of Amaya Cates, who earned 5 points. We've got plenty of inter-district action coming up soon, as Cape and Mount Carmel is set to square off against their familiar foe, Bishop Carroll, on Tuesday. Meanwhile, East will challenge their rival Northwest at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I don't get to make these games on Tuesdays, but I will be making my rounds coming up again, hopefully this Friday. So the train ride will probably most likely be pulling in at Heights this Friday, which brings me to the Heights Falcons. What can we say about Heights? When you think about what they lost last year, key players and the coach, some probably thought that would make a difference. And let me just say, it did make a difference. New coach, some key players did return. And what difference did it make? Can you say 16-0, 10-0 in district in league play, standing at the top, led by, and I say this with my chest stuck out, proud to say that this is my neighbor. I even go as far as to call her mom my sis. And guess what? I'm going to get her mom also on my podcast. I'm working on some other guests, hopefully this Saturday. But this next young lady, you want to talk about an athlete. I didn't get out and see the games during the fall, which was the flag football, but I've seen the highlights. This team is led by Destiny Mays. All I'm going to say is this: Destiny Mays is an athlete. Now, her position is listed as a shooting guard. But I'm going to be the first to say I've seen her play a game. And I would say she's more than a shooting guard. She's an athlete on the court who cannot be defined by just one position. That's my observation. In flag football, I believe she's the quarterback on the team. I would just say, from the highlights I've seen, Michael Vick. And that's saying a lot. And I believe that. I'm sticking with that. But on the basketball court, she's averaging 13.9 points a game. Terry Brown, 47% from the field. Jocelyn Rose, 7 rebounds per game. Destiny Mays, 3.8 assists per game. Aaliyah Walker, 3.4 steals per game. Destiny Mays averaging almost a block a game. From the free throw line, Destiny Mays is the leader there, 72% from the free throw line. Their leader in three-point percentage, Anaya Harris, at 35% from three-point. This isn't just about one player, though. It's about a team. Who are they coached by? I hope I get this name right. In her first year, Jen Pillage. Hope I got that name right. Why is this so important? First year coach. Got a team sitting at 16-0. 10-0 in league play. I'm pretty sure some thought a changing of the guard, there were going to be some growing pains. But no, what you have on that team is some players who were on that team last year who waited their time. And they're now being rewarded for their hard work. And it's paying off. Well, my time has come. My time is gone. But I promise you, I'm going to have some more to come for you upon tomorrow. So, until the next time, keep it right here, because the next ride, we're going to take you on a journey as well. I will be going around the area of Kansas, making stops in Andover, Derby, and other surrounding areas. Looking forward to coming out to some of the gyms, seeing some of the people who know me that I might not even know. And I will also tell you some of the experiences I've had, some of the experiences that I've had at some of the games I've gone to, such as the Andover Derby game I went to. Anyway, until the next time, keep those tickets. They are reusable. It is the A Train Video Stream Podcast, also known as The Ride. Until the next time, take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.
Powered by Riverside FM.